sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag pa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3,
They're going to have to hold on to those positives because the sense of urgency is through the roof for the Royals as they move along. And speaking of sense of urgency, let's hear more about that from our courtside reporter, Sydney Crespo.
Magandang hapon, Migs West, at sa lahat ng ating mga kaliga. Tama ka dyan, Migs, new month, new opportunities for our team, especially now that the window has ended. A very special or important chance for our team sa Game 1. No? Bulacan needs this to boost their team morale at para makapag-give back naman sila kay Coach Bud sa lahat ng opportunities na binibigay sa kanila, while Iloilo's goal is to secure their playoff spot and to continue the progress with their new head coach, Japs Kuwan. I have more stories for you guys later. For now, back to you.
Thank you so much, Sydney. And for everybody to understand what we're all trying to say, we're going to present to you our South Division standings first to see where Iloilo is at in terms of the race.
Iloilo, nasa gitna siya. They're in the 8th place, just in step para makapasok sila dito sa playoffs. But of course, they need to, do better para ma-solidify nila yung position nila at the 8th place. Yun ang kailangan nilang gawin to be a part of the playoffs.
Look at that race, 8 to 12. That's what, 2 games separating those 5 teams. So what a race it's going to be. How about in the North Division? What's happening?
Well, North Division, as we have seen last Saturday, Pampanga beating itong Nueva Ecija. Talagang minansyahan yung itong standing nitong Nueva Ecija, but you can see Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, San Juan, Manila. Those are the 4 top teams for North, while itong Abra naman is kumakatok-katok pero maganda yung kanilang posisyon.
Well, with all of their roster changes, everybody's expecting Abra to move up the standings or at least closing the gap against the Manila Stars. Now, let's talk about the Pampanga Giant Lanterns that you mentioned. Sila po ang huling kalaban ng Bulacan Kuyas, and boy, what a game that was for the Kings of the North. Currently, Pampanga won by 43 points. That is the largest deficit of Bulacan so far in their campaign.
Well, the first half pa lang medyo nalamangan na kaagad ng malaki itong Bulacan, and then medyo dumikit pa itong Bulacan against Pampanga, but in the third quarter talagang doon na nag-separate itong Pampanga and Bulacan. Parang pinaliit nila yung chance of winning that, and as you said, 43 points yung kalamangan ng Pampanga as they finish the game. As you can see, the previous game, 28 of 86, while ito naman Pampanga was 47 of 89. Ang laki ng disparity between dun sa made field goals itong bawat kupunan na to.
Kurt Rayson had a triple-double in that game. Archie Concepcion was also 1 assist away from his very own triple-double. Great dominance for the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. But now let's talk about the Iloilo United Royals, who've been up and down quite lately. We talked about their win versus Davao. After that, they followed it up with a victory versus South Cotabato. But recently, they lost to the Quezon Huskers.
Malakas itong Quezon Huskers, and we really tried. They were tried, but yung game story nito, first to fourth quarter, dikit sila, and the last 2 minutes dun lang kumuwala itong Quezon. That's why we're highlighting yung possibility for this team to move forward na maganda ipakita. Well,
You're seeing the numbers, Wesley.
Yeah, the numbers halos dikit lang, but itong Iloilo just gave Quezon quite number of attempts. That's why talo rin sila sa rebounds, points in the paints, and bench points. But again, you would like to highlight yung lineup nito, yung kapasidad nitong Iloilo to do a lot better. Nandyan yan.
A lot of promise for the Royals, and as Sydney mentioned, tapos na pong window natin. So let's see if they can perform in the second half of our season. We turn you over to Richard Tampos to get things going.
Live on the MPBL FB page, YouTube channel, MPTV Signal Channel 98, MPTV Satellite Channel 53, and on Filipinas Live app. The 2024 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 6, presented by Extreme. Here are the starters. Let's begin with Bulacan Kuyas. At guard number 3, Josh Montero. Also at guard number 6, Jason Celis. Forward number 13, Ken Osicos. Playing center number 35, JC Carandang. And at power forward number 73, John Baltazar. The head coach is Buds Reyes. His assistants are Joey Dada and Danilo Ramirez. team managers Justin Dada and June Reyes. The team owner is Kuya Jonathan C. Alvarado. Now, starting for Iloilo United Royals. At forward number 4, RV Berjay. The other forward number 12, Gwen Capaccio. At the center, number 15, Alan Santos. One guard, number 88, Prince Diaz. And at the 2 guard, number 27, CJ Cancino. The Iloilo will be led by Jap Sukuan, assisted by Ben Ledesma, with Ethel Tacorda and Julius Sinon, coaching consultant, Matt Kuan, and the team owners are the father and son tandem of JJ Avilosa.
We have our starting fives brought to you by New Star Max, Win to the Max, Joshua Montero, Jason Cedes, Ken Osicos, Jan Baltazar, and JC Carandang for Bulacan. And then it's Franz Diaz, CJ Cancino, Alan Santos, Gwen Capaccio, and RV Berjay for the Iloilo United Royals. Thank you for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside UAAP and PBA champion Wesley Gonzalez, and Sydney Crespo is our courtside reporter. Bulacan is coming into this game with a record of 2 wins and 13 losses. They've lost their last 4 games. As for Iloilo, they're at 5-9, number 8 in the South Division, holding on to that last playoff spot. But they lost their last 2 games versus Manila and Quezon respectively. It hasn't been the easiest of schedules, but then again, as we have been breaking down, there's a lot of promise for the squad. This is engineer Ken Osicos misfiring. Bulacan, by the way, has changed its identity, especially with the departure of Paulo Hubalde. That's basically like losing a system player.
Ang laking bagay ng Paulo Hubalde na mawala dito sa ganitong klaseng team. So if you're Bulacan, you want to find ways where you can get those points, where you can get that leadership moving forward.
I did ask Jan Baltazar, is there anybody specific who will just replace Paulo Hubalde in his role, or is going to be a new strategy for you guys? Sabi niya, new strategy nga. You might see new plays for them, and it's not going to be far for us to conclude that they're going to have to fill in those shoes by committee.
As you said niya, kumbaga, it's not going to come in automatically. Siyempre, whoever's willing to step up, then that's the guy that they were going to, see as a leader.
And the good thing is they scored the first 3 points in this game, courtesy of JC Carandang, who has been known as a shooter for Bulacan quite lately. He forced a turnover, and now it's Jan Baltazar who brings down the ball. And then he lost it. Counter for Iloilo, Franz Diaz, 1-on-1, he scores.
Good find by Capaccio off that turnover.
Franz Diaz in their previous outing played 11 minutes versus Quezon, and he scored 4 points, grabbing 2 rebounds as well. We're back with JC Carandang. They swing it over to Joshua Montero. Defended by Cancino. Montero drives and kicks. Jason Celis, that's a good look. Short. Rebound RV. Berjay on the move. Berjay stripped. It's a foul.
You have the luxury itong Iloilo na merong RV Berjay who can put the ball on the floor as a big man. Going back to this replay, Gwen Capaccio just, looking ahead, finding itong si Diaz for that easy 2-pointer. Going back to my point, yung luxury of having a big man who can put the ball on the floor, mas mabilis yung transition mo from defense to offense.
Would you actually say the same for Gwen Capaccio?
Yes, Gwen also is he can play. Ang maganda kay Gwen is he can play the small forward and the power forward. He can transition from those positions.
Basically interchangeable sila ni RV Berjay. RV converts from the stripe. It's 3-all with over 2 minutes gone by in this game. Montero giving it up to Carandang. They swing it over to Baltazar. Back up to Josh. Is this a zone?
Yes, this is a zone defense by Iloilo.
Carandang passes on to Osicos. Another turnover. By the way, Bulacan is number 2 in the league in turnovers per game. They average 17. There's a foul on the other end. Sicos called for a foul. There's Coach Buds Reyes, ever so inspiring to his players. He's a father figure after all. Cancino's left wide open. Short. Rebound Bulacan. Celis slows down. Jason used to be a part of a big three. Nino Ibanez and Paulo Ubalde joining him. But now he's alone with a couple of new teammates. Let's see if they can step up. A miss by Karandang, and we're back with the Royals. Ball tapped away. Sideline inbound for CJ Cancino. There's Coach Jap Skuan, the new head coach of Iloilo.
Good intention para dito sa Iloilo. As he wanted to, itong si Cancino wanted to have a give and go play.
Now let's give and go to Sidney Crespo.
Yes.
Almost doesn't count. Yan ang masasabi ni Coach Japs Kuwan after their almost versus top 1 Quezon. He admits he received good feedback and comments from friends and viewers after that game, but ultimately losing isn't a compliment. Against the Huskers, they played well for 38 minutes and lost in the last 1.5 minutes of the ball game, which reminded Coach Japs and Boss Jay Avilosa of the much-needed maturity that they are still looking for. Now in their next 14 games, Coach Japs and Boss Jay expressed the same wish, that is to see more contributions defensively or in the little things from Franz Diaz, AJ Madrigal, Rai De La Rosa, and RV Berjay. Your thoughts on this, guys?
All right, 4 people to watch out for, but that's certainly a promising start in the head coaching career of Coach Japs Kuwan. And there's Boss Jay Havelosa watching intently at the sideline. Iloilo's now up by 6.
Oh, biglang mo slowly. Yung flow ng offense nitong Iloilo at yung tira nila starting to go in, especially from the outside.
Now, with that wonderful effort that Iloilo showed in their previous game, to which Sidney said marami silang magandang feedback na nakuha, na-mention sa akin ni Shaq Imperialas, Gwen Capasio just made another 3-pointer that they have obviously introduced new plays to the system. Around 30 to 40% of their playbook ay bago sa kanila. Would you say that they're looking comfortable as this 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances?
So far, maganda yung pinapakita nila. I would agree na they're comfortable because, you can see the results as Sydney a while ago highlighted. Kulang nga lang yung kanilang, almost is never enough. Pero we're heading to the timeout first before we continue our point.
Gwen Capasio, the second ultimate veteran of Iloilo, had 15 points versus the Quezon Huskers. I say second because they now have Alan Santos as their new kuya or tito in this lineup. Capasio was very efficient in that game versus the Huskers.
Yeah, 5 out of 7 yung pinakita ni Kuya Gwen.
Yes.
And I hope to see, a consistency from Kuya Gwen. Not only, his leadership from outside or from the bench, also from the court as well.
Well, his teammates are actually saying that they've been impressed with his performance kasi nagtatranslate yung leadership niya sa kanyang scoring. CJ Cancino's very happy about it kasi may katulong siya in that department. 12-5, and there's a foul to stop the break. It's a call on CJ. By the way, since we already talked about Alan Santos and Gwen Capasio, binibiro nga ako ni Alan kanina na inaasar niya pa rin si Gwen na siya yung tito ng Iloilo kasi marami daw nakabalot sa kanyang katawan.
Oo. Gwen, so wearing yung itong band on the leg. Parehong kaliwat kanan. While you see Alan Santos, walang kahit ano.
We're not implying that Gwen is hurt. It's just a precaution for him moving forward. And Alan Santos, by the way, has brought some good energy into this team of Iloilo. CJ Cancino able to translate that energy onto 2 more points.
Very confident, Cancino, may dalawang kalaban in front of him. He was able to calmly sink that jumper.
14-5 is the tally. After we had an early deadlock of 3-all, that's a jumper by Jason Celis. First 2 points. Jason Celis had great looks when he had Paulo Hubalde as his point guard.
Mas komportable siya, but now he's the main ball handler. He's the main guy for this Bulacan squad. As you see, Cancino adding points across his name.
The main guy on the other end for Iloilo in CJ Cancino. The lead is 10. Celis, siya na yung gumagawa. He has to create for his squad.
And before kasi, it was Paulo Balde creating for them. Then aabang siya. If, mahirapan si Paulo, then papasok si Jason Celis. But now, he's the main ball handler. He's the main guy the other teams are looking at.
Well, we always say it here in the MPBL. These are golden opportunities for our players. You never know. This responsibility of Jason Celis might actually be worth it in the long run. Baka nga next year, star player na yan sa ating liga.
Exactly. I mean, ito yung mga opportunities na as a player, you want to, kumbaga, talagang isusulitin mo. Kasi ito, binibigyan ka ng playing time, binibigyan ka ng kumpiyansa, and this is the time for you to step up.
17-10, Mark Donoy is in the game. Same goes for Clint Duliges and CJ Katapusan. And the returning JR Ongteco. There's a miss by Duliges. Ball tapped away in favor of Iloilo. By the way, we missed Ongteco for the longest time because of him having a back injury. Sabi niya sa atin, signs of aging lang naman yan.
Di ba? Yun yung nasa isip ko, back injury, parang sakit ko yan. Sakit na matatanda yan.
JR is approaching 32 years old.
Pero hindi pa rin naman siya matanda.
Oo. Wala pa dun sa declining age na sinabi mo sa atin dati, yung 34.
Yes.
By the way, Jason Celis, that guy is in his prime supposedly. He already has 7 points. (17-12) under 3 minutes. Nonoy. Drive and feed up top. It's Cancino with a good look. Short. And there is a loose ball foul. It's called on Dulalia, apparently. Let's see that previous sequence of Jason Celis. He looks comfortable with that mid-range shot.
Yeah, very comfortable. He was able to read the defense well. Nakita niyang umandar yung kalaban niya.
Ito tanong ko sa'yo ngayon, as another foul is called in the interior. If you were still playing nowadays, would you actually take a lot of time practicing your mid-range jumper or 3 points talaga?
Parang ngayon, it has to be, yung range mas malayo na.
Oh.
But kasi, I grew up in a mid-range era. And for me, that was, kumbaga, yun yung bread and butter na kailangan meron ka. You have to have a mid-range. If not, hindi ka, mas madali kang bantayan eh. But now, kasi the range is pushed back to the 3-point area.
Let's see that previous sequence. This was the next foul on Dulalia, so it's back-to-back fouls by him. Now it's a traveling violation called on Clint Duliges.
A good call by the ref.
Things have slowed down quite a bit.
Kanina medyo mabilis yung pace natin, ngayon medyo bumabagal because of turnovers.
Yeah. Let's see if our teams can bring it back to normal, or will this be the new norm? Karandang hands it off. Jason Celis, bit of momentum for himself against a much quicker Mark Nonoy. 6 on the shot clock. Nice drive and feed. Manzo fires and misses. Rebound, put back for Andre Dulalia.
Right place at the right time para dito kay Dulalia.
On the other end, J.R. Ongteco feeds to the wrong man, or he tried to feed it to Duliges, but the pass was a bit too wide. Bulacan down by 3. That's off the scramble. It still is a scramble. And now it's a steal. Imperial on the move. Bounce pass. Nonoy. Reverse. No good. Recovery for Bulacan. Numbers for them. Celis, leaner. In and out. Rebound Manzo. And Ralph will score. Basket and one.
So far itong Bulacan, they're getting the 50-50 ball para dito against Iloilo. That's why nakakadagdag sila sa kanilang score.
The lead has been trimmed down to 1 point after Bulacan trailed by as many as 10. It's good that we're seeing these things from Ralph Manzo and company after they were out-rebounded by 6 early in this game. Second chance scoring, 4-0 so far in terms of, or in favor of Bulacan. 17 all. CJ Katapusan driving, fading and missing. 2 men down. Manzo's hurt. He's holding onto his head. How bad could it be? Mukhang ipapagpag lang. Pero kung sa mata yun, masakit talaga
Masakit yun. We have to see kung ano talaga yung nangyari doon. Medyo maraming physicality between Iloilo and Bulacan at that instance.
And Onteco is bigger than Manzo. So, that makes it harder. But Ralph seems to be okay. Nakangiti na siya ngayon sa harap ni Wesley Gonzalez.
Usually, these players are, ipapagpag lang nila yan eh. Not unless talagang sobrang lakas ng pagkakatama.
Si Jerry Coco Pingoy nga nakapaglaro ng may black eye.
Exactly. We were able to cover that game.
That was his heroic game for Rizal that he won in Inares versus Pangasinan, as now there's a foul called. Great effort by Dulalia, by the way. He will proceed to the line. RV Berjay will now return, placing CJ Katapusan, baseline inbound. So it's not free throws for Dulalia.
Bilis ang palitan ng tao for Iloilo, and I like that because they keep on running, they keep on pressing. So yung energy, they can continue that.
Well, mukhang bagay naman sa kanila yan, being a young team here in the MPBL. As a foul, or sorry, a miss that was from Dada, and here's Imperial, who got fouled. Ayan, foul na talaga yun.
Oh.
Shaq Imperial has been quite a leader as well for Iloilo this season. He has tried to become more vocal as a vet here in the MPBL. This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. There's his averages. 8 points, 4 boards, 3.5 dimes. His free throw shooting percentage, though, can't get higher.
Kailangan, as a guard, you want to improve on that. And as a good free throw shooter, especially kailangan ka in the end games. And you want to be in the end game.
There's a steal. Dominguez will go all the way for 2 with 10 seconds to go.
Again, another turnover para dito sa Bulacan.
That was turnover number 4 for the Cuyas. No answer on the other end. And that's going to do it for our first quarter. Was it high octane?
For me, it is mabilis yung pace. Scoring could be better, but of course, the way they can take care of the ball well, they can play they can run their plays well. As we see again, the fast break given by Iloilo at that time. Cancino showing he can shoot it from the outside.
Well, he continues to lead the way with 8 points for Iloilo. Fast break scoring 10-0 in favor of the Royals.
But on the other hand, itong Bulacan, itong si Jason Celis naman nagpapakitang giris para dito sa Bulacan.
This first quarter score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. we have our fan of the game brought to you by Jinky Skin. Oh, there's Scary Lubit, one of our former courtside reporters here in the MPBL. That's her sister as well. Good to have him back. We are inside the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila. Later on, we shall feature Abra versus Batangas. And for our main game, it is Manila versus South Cotabato. This is Mix Gomez alongside Wesley Gonzalez and Sidney Crespo. Wes, our shooting after the first frame, but now that will increase for Iloilo.
Grabe, nakakailang 3-pointer na itong Iloilo in this first half. 4 of 9. This is very high for a team.
That's actually in the first quarter. Pang-lima na nila yun.
Pang-lima.
And they're shooting at a 50% clip from downtown. They're actually supposedly dead last in the MPBL in three-point shooting percentage at 22%. Imperial onto his trailer. Santos misses. That's a good contest by Bulacan. But Iloilo will keep possession. Let's see the replay. Nonoy. That's a nice screen.
Very nice screen. Good read by Nonoy. Screen para dito kay Imperial.
Berjay. What a beautiful play.
Very well, a very good plays run by Iloilo in this first half of this ball game.
They've had 7 assists already, and we won't be surprised if mauulit yung report ni Sydney sa kanilang next game na good feedback ulit sila mula sa larong ito. But now, they wouldn't have liked that foul by Shaq Imperial. It's 3 free throws for Jabel.
And the replay by Mark Nonoy recognizing Berjay. Libre dun sa kanyang spot.
This is Eric Habel, averaging close to 4 points this season. He's another one of those kuyas who would get a lot of minutes on the floor with the departures of Nino Ibanez and Paulo Hubalde. There's one more. 26-18. And with Jason Celis at the bench, somebody has to create something offensively for Bulacan.
I think itong si Habel, so far yung kanilang main ball handler and who can play the pick and roll.
26-19. Imperial. They go to RV. Back to Shaq. Nice cut by Alan Santos. Turnover though, and he will give up a foul. Alan Santos is one of the ultimate veterans that we have in the MPBL overall. At 35 years old, season 1 pa lang, nandito na siya sa ating liga. Kenosicos. Handoff. Oh, that's a charge.
Kitang-kita from our angle. Hindi na nga maganda yung angulo natin pero kita pa rin yung tulak eh.
So that charge was called on Kerb Bangiles. This is actually his return as well in the MPBL. It's been a while since we've seen him. Good to have him back. Mark Nonoy. Tough pass. Imperial had to chase it. 6 on the shot clock. Shaq. Good block by Bangiles. Recovery for Imperial. No good. Nonoy's wide open. Bit of a late pass from Santos. Driving kick. Imperial. No good. Rebound to Shaq. Nope. It was snatched away. Habel swings it over. 3-pointer for Dada. That's good.
Bilis ng transition. Itong Bulacan was able to capitalize on that fast break with that 3-pointer.
First 3 points in this game for Andre Dada. And the lead is down to 4. Mark Nonoy could not answer back. Here come the Kuyas. Forward pass, Habel. No counter steal for Nonoy. And we have 3 subs for Iloilo. Gab Gomez in for the first time. At babalik sina CJ Cancino at Gwen Capasio. Baseline inbound for Habel. There's the former Blue Eagle, Gab Gomez, who also came from Italy, alongside Lucas Cullar and Vince Magbuhos. who played very well for Nueva Ecija last Saturday, by the way. That's a foul by Gwyn. Could be wrong. He hopped for a while.
That could be a Charlie horse. Sakit yun eh. Matutuhod ka dito sa hita.
That could bruise up.
Yes, and you will feel that especially after the game.
But Quinn Capascio is so used to the physicality here in the MPBL. I'm sure he can move on. Naipit kay Jan Baltazar. Eric Habel, screen by Jan. Habel, step back, three-pointer. That looked good. Okay. EJ Habel showing us what he's got in his bag.
Yeah, Habel, so far he's the main ball handler with the step back jumper, pero I think that was a two-pointer from the replay.
That could have tied the ball game up. So as we head on to this timeout, 3 minutes gone by in the second, Iloilo is up by 1.
Point basket. Official score, Bulacan 24.
Okay, let's check that. So, apparently hindi pa nabawas kanina yung -1 sa Bulacan because that basket by Habel was a two-pointer. And so, the official score is now 26-24. CJ Cancino, screen by Alan Santos. They go to the corner. RV for 3. Too strong. Oh, Osicos was hurt. And that allowed Capascio to get the board and the easy putback.
Yes, already, Dwayne Capascio already has 8 points across his name. Ang ganda ng kanyang offensive rebound. He was able to get it, just wanting to get that ball.
Now we have Chadi Rangel, the tallest Iloilo United Royal, checking in for Alan Santos. Capascio at the stripe. 8 points, 4 boards per game in this season. Just missing on that gimme. The lead is 4. EJ Habel against Gab Gomez. Where will they go? Only 10 remaining on the shot clock. EJ dancing with Gab. Three-pointer. Oh! Back-to-back makes for EJ Habel.
From the same spot, di ba? Para medyo komportable siya with that matchup against Gab Gomez.
Pero ito, 3 points na to para kay EJ.
He made sure. Ito, three-pointer na.
He's giving me quite a similarity to CJ Isit. Are you familiar with CJ Isit?
Yes.
Yung shooting style?
Yes.
CJ will be in action later on, by the way, for Batangas. So we can compare then. It's a foul by Andre Dada. Back with Iloilo. Here's RV Berjay backing down. 4 minutes gone by in the second. RV taking his time. Fadeaway shot. Too strong. Rebound, Jan Baltazar. And here comes EJ. Dada. Good closeout by Gab Gomez. Andre feeds. Baltazar, dribble, pull up, miss. Gab Gomez almost stepped out of bounds there. He was an inch away from the sideline. Gomez escapes. Gomez will miss. And there's a loose ball foul by Chadi Rangel.
Missed opportunity para dito kay Gomez. I think it was a good drive for him.
Another look at Coach Jap Skuan. We have some shuffling going on. Karandang returns. Franz Diaz also has returned. Same goes for Ralph Manzo, who's matched up against RV Berjay. Habel feeling it. Mukhang step back talaga yung gusto niya, no? Or
Oo.
pull back.
Pero he's very comfortable taking that outside shot.
28-27, that could have given Bulacan the lead. Cross-court pass, CJ Cancino, catch and fire. He's fouled. That's a 4-point play opportunity.
Good find. Good patience by Gwen Capasio. Kita niyang libre itong si Cancino on the top. Cancino rewarding Gwen Capasio with that three-pointer.
From one scorer to another, CJ Cancino well on his way to surpass his average of close to 16 points per game. He now has 11. Cancino had his ACL injured when he was with UST. Bago yun, MVP siya as a UST Tiger Cub, and he was averaging 30 minutes per game. After that ACL injury, bumaba yung minuto niya to 20 minutes per game. But Iloilo actually gave him the chance to ignite his passion for basketball even more, especially with the minutes that he's getting for the United Royals. 32-27.
Welcome back to the MPBL. Our anchor Migs Gomez asked a question if it was a high-octane first quarter. Well, how about a high-octane coaching from Coach Buds and Coach Joey? Despite losing a star in Paulo Balde, Bulacan's purpose remains the same, and that is to showcase new and developing talents in the MPBL. Tulad nga daw ng kung paano nila chinatsaga ang first half right now. Sabi ni Coach Joey na maganda yung depensa ang pinapakita nila dahil hindi sila nagpapa-intimidate. Sana daw ay wag maubusan ng effort at wag mapagod, parang energy ng coaches sa sideline ngayon. Migs West.
That is a nice way to describe the coaching style of Coach Buds Reyes. High octane ng pagiging tatay, high octane ng pagiging coach for him, and it continues to pay off as Carandang scores inside.
Well, malaking bagay yan if you're a player for Coach Buds Reyes. Yung energy na pinapakita ng coach mo, you really have to match or go over that while playing this ball game.
On the other end, there's a miss by CJ Cancino, and here's a good chance for Bulacan to trim the lead or even tie the ball game. Carandang up top. He's a shooter. Too strong on that one. Ball tapped away. But you gotta love that from Carandang because even though he's playing that fourth spot for Bulacan, meron talaga siyang green light from Coach Buds to shoot.
And when you have a green light, it's much more comfortable as a player, to take those shots.
Sabi nga sa atin ni John Carandang, no, as Iloilo continues to miss, yung tiwala binigay na sa kanya eh. Kailangan na lang niya itrabaho.
Yun naman talaga as a player, if you're given that opportunity, if you're given that confidence, you really have to translate it to a good game.
There's a foul on the other end as Bulacan continues to be aggressive. Now AJ Madrigal will check in for the first time. Another one of those energy guys for Iloilo. Silang dalawa ni Alan Santos ang nagbibigay ng good vibes sa kanilang practices. Osikos, 6 points, almost 3 boards for him. With the loss of Big Boy Hernandez, by the way, for Bulacan, Osikos will have to play more of that 5 position alongside John Baltazar. So they're back to that challenge that they had last year kung saan kulang sila ng big man.
O yung lack of height nila as big men. Yun yung magpapahirap sa kanila, especially with the challenge, the bigger, taller guys in like yung mga Justin Baltazar, Greg Slaughter, di ba? Parang ang hirap bantayan nun kung ganyan lang yung height mo eh.
At ang mahirap pa dun, yung mga Slaughter, yung mga Baltazar, meron silang mga higanting kakampi rin.
Exactly.
3 minutes and change before halftime. Bulacan is down by 2, only 2. A jumper by Celis, no good. Rebound Cancino. That was CJ's 5th board in this game. Go alongside his 12 points. Cancino up top. That's another 3-pointer for CJ Cancino.
Confident, very confident looking shot by Cancino.
You mentioned the name of the game nowadays is when you go farther with your shot, it's gonna benefit you even more. Hindi nga lang 3 points eh. Logo 3 points lang nasasanay ngayon eh.
Exactly. Kasi parang there's a phenomenon na maski hindi maganda yung nilalaro ng team mo, but you're making those 3-point shots. It's so hard to beat that team.
CJ Cancino with another 3-pointer. He's up to 18 points in this game. And that would be 3-pointer number 5 for CJ Cancino out of 9 tries. Tough layup for Celis. There's a foul.
Cancino, bigyan mo lang ng konting puwang eh, no? Talagang he's ready to shoot that. As you said, logo 3-pointer. He's like 2 steps away from the 3-point line.
Well,
still,
you described the phenomenon, I'd argue. It's the Stephen Curry effect.
Yeah.
Ganun lang naman yun. Nag-domino onto the Damian Lillards of the world.
Doon na sila na-expose eh. Doon sa klaseng laro na yun that, you know, a Steph Curry, a Damian Lillard would take those really outside shot.
Kumbaga nung panahon mo, pagagalitan ka talaga.
Exactly. Pag miski nga libre yung 3-pointer mo, pero may libre dun sa loob, you have to give it inside.
Higher percentage, as we always say. 38-31. Madrigal, Nonoy to CJ. Will he fire again? They go to AJ. Madrigal, a 3-pointer. Short. Rebound Habel. EJ brings it down. They're down by 7. Approaching the last 90 seconds before halftime. Screen. Abel up top. Wasikos. Ken pulls back. And then there's the miss. Another chance. Andre Dada for 3. Coach Japs Kuan wasn't so happy about that.
Oh, in a 50-50 ball, you really have to get that. So far, itong Bulacan's getting those balls, getting that offensive rebound, and translated to a 3-pointer by Dada.
Supposedly, Bulacan is dead last in the league in rebounding at only 37 per game. Iloilo for sure would have wanted to capitalize in that department. CJ Cancino only had 13 points for the Quezon Huskers. 7 of them came in the 4th quarter. He has already surpassed that output, by the way, in this matchup, although he did have 6 boards and 5 dimes in the previous outing. CJ has 18 points and 5 3-point makes in this game. And get this, he also has 8 rebounds.
Very efficient game so far for Cancino.
Now he's doubled. Capascio with 5 on the shot clock. Nice spinaroo! And Gwyn Capascio will score.
You see the confidence Gwyn Capascio has. He could have passed it to Nono in that corner, but he opted to spin and make that layup.
That's what CJ tried to tell us. Yung scoring prowess ni Gwyn Capascio, yan ang magpapadali sa kanyang buhay.
Oh, if you're a scorer and then you have a help, and that's, you know, that's a big plus that you want to welcome.
Return the favor. Cancino from downtown. 21 points and 6 3-pointers in the first half for CJ Cancino.
Wow, this kid is special, Migs. Talagang, you know he can play.
And the lead is 9 for Iloilo. And I want to see CJ Cancino have himself a scoring day. Could he reach 40 points?
You know, as a fan, you would want to witness something like that, diba?
Oh naman. kahit yung mga kalaban nila na nanonood, including Boss Bong Ora, Congressman Eric Martinez, and the rest of Valenzuela. Magandang hapon po sa inyo.
Good afternoon po mga sir.
Coach Mark Nandan is watching as well. 43-34. Jan Carandang at the stripe. Isang Batanggenyo para sa Bulacan. He actually played for Mapua and Arellano before. Kasama niya si Lawrence Victoria sa Mapua at si Archie Concepcion sa Arellano. Mark Nonoy brings it down with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Cancino. He checked. Cancino will fire. Cancino in and out. Put back. How about that effort by AJ Madrigal?
Everyone was looking at Cancino, pero Madrigal was there to get that offensive rebound. Add another two-pointer para din sa Iloilo.
But imagine, Wesley, if CJ actually made the shot. Pumasok na eh. Niluwa lang.
Niluwa lang eh. Medyo napanudge na nga ako sa iyo. Uy, papasok na. Pero hindi pala. But, Madrigal was there to clean up.
Those are the first 2 points of AJ, by the way, in this game. Cancino will finish the half with 21 points and 8 rebounds to his name. Let's see some highlights. 6 3-pointers, Wesley.
So far, we only just finished the first half. 21 points, 6 3-pointer, 8 rebounds. Parang stats ko na to ng buong liga.
Grabe ka naman sa buong liga. Well, you did mention this is the name of the game nowadays. 3-point shooting. It has paid off for CJ Cancino. This halftime score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX.
Welcome back to the MPBL. Nandito tayo ngayon sa San Andres Complex and we have our halftime interview with Bulacan Cuyas and Iloilo United Royals. Iloilo up 45-35. Kasama natin dyan si Assistant Coach Joey Dada and Boss Jay Havelosa. Coach, unahin na kita, Coach. You were telling me a while ago na naging maganda naman yung depensa sa simula ng first half, no? But at the end of the first half, may nangyari. Baka pwede mo ikwento sa amin.
Yes, sayang kasi ang ganda na nung 13. Ang ganda ng depensa, talagang pinanactice namin yon. And kaya lang nag-collapse kami dun sa last shot ng kalaban. So hopefully mabalik namin yung intensity sa second half para maabutan namin yung lamang.
Coach, you also made a very good point. Sabi mo, sana hindi sila mapagod, sana hindi mawalan ng tiyaga, di ba? How are we going to do that in the second half?
Pinatrain naman namin yung mga players every time, every practice na talagang bawal mapagod. So ginagawa nga ni Coach ngayon na binibilisan niya yung palit ng players para lagi kaming may fresh legs dun sa loob.
Alright, now Coach, sino gusto mong batiin at pasalamatan?
Gusto ko lang pasalamatan si RJ Canyo of the Illumina Advanced Aesthetics, Sir Mark Yu of Bonavida Center, Agile Psychos, Physio Recovery Clinic, Attorney Samuel Biernes, and yung team doctor namin, si Dr. Edgar Eufenio, Tito Mikey Reyes, thank you, and happy birthday, CK, happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Coach Joey Dada. Now we have Boss Jay. Boss, naikukwento mo rin sa atin yung changes ng team mo, no? Well, overall, after the window, marami naging changes sa iba't ibang teams. Pero ikwento mo naman sa ating mga kaliga yung changes ng Iloilo.
With the given window, we were able to acquire the big guys that we need. So we were able to get Alan Santos, Fonso Gotadera, Leo De Vera, and then Franz Diaz as our new homegrown. So it's a big help for us, especially the teams. All the teams are getting strong.
Now, boss, I'm excited. I'm curious, how excited are you sa second half ng elimination?
Very exciting. Very excited for the team. We have a lot of top teams in the north that we're facing, even in the south. So it's a good preparation for us. And then, especially if we want to make the playoffs, we really have to win those tough games.
Excited for Iloilo. Ngayon, boss, sino gusto mong batiin at pasalamatan?
I'd like to first greet my fiancée, Natalie, back home. And then I'd like to greet Senator Manny. Thank you for the MPBL again. And then I'd like to greet Boss JJ, and then my mom watching, and then my sister watching in New Zealand, and then my brother watching in Boracay, and then my sister watching back in Katipunan. And then I'd like to greet Bagong Kalibo Mayor, Boss Jury Sucro, and then our sponsors, Game Exports, Victoria Sports, Jerry's Grill. And then I'd like to greet all the people in Henan Regency, in Boracay, and then all the people who would want to go to Boracay, please book in Henan Regency.
Thank you so much, Sir Jay Havelosa. Mga kaliga, huwag po kayong alis. Magabalik ang MPBL.
We are at halftime for Iloilo versus Bulacan. The Royals are up by 10 points. This matches their biggest lead of the game after we saw a lot of good stretches from the Kuyas. CJ Cancino was scorching hot in that first half. Of those 9 3-pointers, 6 came from him.
Grabe yung pinakita ni CJ Cancino, but you see itong Iloilo slowly pulling away from Bulacan. Ang mahirap dito kasi sa Bulacan, without a Paolo Habalde, you don't know who to guard. And I think dun sila nagkakaroon ng problema itong Iloilo dahil everyone is, wanting to step up. That's why medyo hindi pa sila makalayo ng maaga, pero as we have ended the second quarter, they have a 10-point lead. Bulacan showing only 12 of 32, while ito namang Iloilo 16 of 40 as you highlighted kanina. 9 3-pointers para dito sa Iloilo, courtesy of CJ Cancino with 6.
And again, Iloilo only averages 22% efficiency from the 3-point line, so they have doubled it so far. Jason Celes, EJ Habel, Andre Dada, and JC Karandang have scored significantly for Bulacan. So, yun yung element of surprise na dinidescribe mo, no? Naging collective effort yung scoring para sa Kuyas. On the other end, this is not a surprise to us. This guy has been a scorer for years already in Philippine basketball. It's good to hear that his passion was ignited even more here in the MPBL, itong si CJ Cancino.
Yung malaking bagay niya is getting that confidence back. You have seen CJ really flourished back in UST, but he got injured and then yung playing time niya nabawasan. But now, we can see the real CJ Cancino.
Let's see if he can continue. And we did blurt out that 40-piece possibility for CJ Cancino by the end of this game. He's going to have to double what he did in the first half to achieve so. But he is capable of doing it, and especially having teammates like Alan Santos, Mark Nonoy, RV Berjay, and Franz Diaz. It's, again, a testament to the promise of the Royals in our 6th campaign. Iloilo has a lot of sense of urgency coming into this game. Same goes for Bulacan, as mentioned by Sydney, because the Kuyas, it's basically like a win-everything situation for them if they want to survive in our playoff race. Iloilo naman, they're holding on to that 8th spot, but they're only 1 or 2 games ahead of the 4 teams behind them.
Yes, so kaya importante yung laro na to is for them to separate their win-loss record to the teams na nasa ilalim nila.
We begin the second half. Andre Dada working against RV Berjay. Almost a turnover. Andre recovers. Scoop shot. He makes it.
Yung itsura ni Berjay parang nanghina na lang siya because he was able to cover itong si Dada, but luckily Dada was able to sneak in that layup.
Kumbaga, good defense, better offense.
But yeah, good defense, and he was able to defend him most of the way. Nakakahina yun di ba?
Oo naman. Lalo na kung shot clock winding down as Berjay misses, and here's a forward pass. Baltazar against Cancino. Ooh! A little bit too fancy there for Jan. On the other end, Mark Nonoy. Bit too fancy as well for him.
Yeah, good intention pero hindi niya na-execute. He saw itong si Berjay libre on his right side pero hindi lang niya na-ipasa.
The score is 45-37. Baseline inbound for Mark Nonoy. Up top he goes to Alan Santos. Here's CJ Cancino. I thought he was going to shoot that ball. The drive. CJ layup.
23 points. Okay, we're going to start counting that.
The lead is back up to 10. Jan Karandang. Engineer Kenon Sicos. Jan Baltazar. Nice escape. Oh, he was hit on his private part. And this is numbers for Iloilo. Mark Nonoy playing it fast. He's fouled. Masakit-sakit yan, Wes.
He's gonna need a moment to recover from that. I think he's holding on to his upper thigh.
Okay, so it's the thigh and not the groin.
Yeah, yun yung parang minahawakan niya sa bandang taas ng hita niya, I think natamaan itong upper part ng kanyang hita.
So is that Charlie
Horse.
Charlie Horse again?
Yeah.
Let's see kung nasan siya natamaan. Ayun, yung tuhod ni Mark Nonoy. Obviously unintentional by Mark. Lazar is a tough guy after all. He's gonna have to rest up for a bit. But we wish him the best. Ayan, ang kanyang father figure na si Coach Buds Reyes, the high-octane coach, as described to us by Sidney Crespo. High-octane love as well from Coach Buds. Mark Nonoy is at the stripe, the fastest guy in this roster of Iloilo. He could be the fastest in the whole of the MPBL as a former track and field star himself in his grade school days. But before this game, Wesley Gonzalez had a moment of awe when he saw Mark Nonoy attempt to dunk the ball. Windmill pa yun, di ba?
Parang parang windmill pero parang he threw it, catched it, pumped it, dunked it, pero hindi lang pumasok.
Kumbaga self-alley-oop pa.
Yes.
At double pump para kay Mark Nonoy.
At his height.
Yeah. So he's not only fast, but he can jump very high. And I bring that up as CJ Cancino misses because Mark Nonoy apparently plays volleyball as well. As Berjay got a block.
And as a volleyball player, talagang kailangan mataas kang tumalon.
Oo. Mark Nonoy. Oh, that's gonna count. Basket and one for Mark Nonoy.
Good control by Nonoy, getting that contact. Was able to take that shot.
This play of the game is brought to you by Suzuki, the track and field star, the volleyball player, showing us his basketball skills in Mark Nonoy. Actually, may kapatid siya na naglalaro talaga ng competitive volleyball. Shout out to Jet Nonoy, who's back in Iloilo, but he's working a day job nowadays. Ang kwento niyan, maglalaro dapat si Jet sa isang volleyball game. Pero nagreklamo yung mga kalaro nila. Sabi nila masyadong magaling si Jet, yung kapatid ni Mark. And so ang ginawa na lang nila, pinaglaro na lang itong si Mark Nonoy. At nakakascore naman daw siya as an opposite spiker. Dahil kaliwete siya, so komportable pa rin naman yung anggulong nyo. Yun nga lang, medyo na-challenge yung floor defense niya. Sydney would know about this as a volleyball enthusiast as well. Ikaw ba volleyball ka ba? Back in your day?
I would play recreational volleyball.
Okay.
Especially pag nasa beach. Yan yun, diba?
Mas mahirap yun.
Mas mahirap siya, pero kasi I think yung times na naglaro kami was a team building or maybe we went to the beach as a team and then we wanted to play. Kasi syempre you cannot play basketball, so you still want to be competitive against your
right.
teammates. So that was the go-to sport that we played.
Actually, marami kang skills na matatranslate from basketball to volleyball.
Maganda yung cross-training na yun because in volleyball kasi you're practiced to jump higher.
Yes. Lalo na kung sa beach ka naglalaro, sand ang tinatapakan mo.
Yes. So I think yun ang advantage, especially ito si Mark Nonoy was able to play different sports. He was able to develop his jumping ability, his speed, playing all those other sports, and then now he's playing this basketball
at a very high level. By the way, speaking of high-level basketball, we did see our VIPs who were very good back in their day. Commissioner Kenneth Durandez, Rudy Distrito, who, by the way, when Wesley Gonzalez saw Rudy Distrito, he was starstruck. That's how good Rudy Distrito was in his generation. And Emeroreta, we can also forget about him. Missed by Karandang, and here comes the track and field star, Mark Nonoy! No good! But there's the putback for RB Berjay.
Grabe, parang naiiwan. Pati ako naiiwan ako ng bilis ni Mark Nonoy. Hindi ko na alam kung nasa siya. Ay, nandun na pala.
Everybody here in Manila was just in awe of that move. I even saw a bit of a smile off of RB Berjay's face as he was going for that putback. A miss by Bulacan. Forward pass, Alan Santos. Oh, that was off of Iloilo. So Bulacan will get possession.
Good intention by CJ Cancino. Hindi lang na-secure yung pasa as you see Mark Nonoy spitfire driving his weak hand But RV
Ayun, no?
Berge was able to clean it up.
Nakita mo yung ngiti?
Oo.
He was also amazed by the speed of his teammate. We have a timeout, 6.5 remaining in the third, 54-39. Wesley, yakapin mo naman yung katabi mo. Let's greet him a happy birthday, our statistician. Itong si Jefferson Arboleda. His celebration of his 31st birthday is... Ngayon ba? Ngayon birthday mo kahapon? Kahapon. Happy birthday to you, sir. But now we're seeing the numbers of Mark Nono. He's number 5 in the league in steals per game.
Grabe. I mean, if you're that fast, you can you have a good nose anticipation getting those steals, and that's what Mark Nono can do for you.
Oh, Kenosicos with his signature mid-range jumper. That's a badly needed bucket by Bulacan. We're back with Iloilo, who just had a taste of their biggest lead, which was 15 as we headed on to the timeout. Cancino splitting the D. Cancino hangs in the air. Another miss for Jay. No cleanup. He's still there. And there's the bucket.
Good play ran by Iloilo. Cancino was able to drive, hindi lang pumasok, but Berge again, clean up job and getting that turnover off Bulacan.
RV Berge being hero, an unsung hero in this game for Iloilo. His numbers, by the way, are quite impressive. He has 7 points and 9 rebounds, almost a double-double. Kane Doliges would check back in, replacing CJ Cancino, who sits down with 23 points and 9 rebounds to his name. And that's in 18 minutes of play.
Very efficient, pinapakita ni CJ Cancino.
56-41. Berge will inbound to Franz Diaz. Bulacan will just defend by the half-court line. 5 minutes and 40 in the first game of your MPBL Monday. Diaz. Up top they go. Doliges swing it over. That's Mark Nonoy who misses from downtown. And a rebound for EJ. Habel to the corner. Jason Celis. He's been quiet. That's his jumper. Short. Pero mid-range talagang go-to niya.
Yun eh. And then, I was gonna mention, parang ang tagal natin hindi nakita ito si Jason Celis after scoring, I think, 8 points in the first quarter.
Celis actually led Bulacan in scoring by the half. Pero magkakalapit lang naman ang kanilang scoring tally. Sila nila EJ Habel, Andre Dada, and John Carandang. Shaq Imperial now bringing down the ball. They go to Clint Doliges, the former San Juan Knight. Screen by RV. Doliges against Baltazar. Clint turns around and misses. Another try. Not pa rin. By the way, that's killing Bulacan, the second chance scoring of Iloilo.
I was gonna say offensive rebounds. Iloilo is just killing this Bulacan squad.
That's 12 second chance points now in this game for the Royals. It has been a problem all season long for Bulacan. They're rebounding. They're dead last in the league in that category. Rebounding in this game, 38-23.
Wow, ang layo.
Sideline inbound for Jason Celis. Here's EJ Habel, screened by Osicos. That was a foul. A lot of aggression from J.R. Teco.
But that was a good defense. You would see the, the aggressiveness defensively. Itong Iloilo, pero he committed a foul.
Balik tayo kay EJ Habel. Nice crossover. Habel, mid-range, too strong. Rebound, Imperial. Forward pass onto Gwyn Capasio. Now he backs down. Capasio taking his time. Kick out to Doliguez. 10 on the shot clock. Screen by Teco. Clint, the spin. He's stripped. Turnover. Habel on the other end. That's Ralph Manzo who drives and misses. Recovery, Ken Osicos.
Offensive rebound naman ang pinakita ng Bulacan at that time. I think the defense of Iloilo's, medyo nakulangan sila na aggressiveness in getting that rebound.
Lead back down to 15, but this is a tall mountain to climb for the Cuyas. And speaking of tall and mountain, ayan po si J.R. Teco, the tallest player of Iloilo, got fouled in that previous sequence. Ray De La Rosa will return, a known shooter from Jose Rizal University. I wonder if his brother would eventually play in the MPBL. Rome De La Rosa.
Oh, Rome De La Rosa's playing well for Magnolia.
Mukhang malayo-layo pa siya dito. This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. After all, the De La Rosas are a proud family for basketball in the Philippines. Back with Bulacan. Habel. 3 minutes and 20. EJ, where will they go? Shot clock at 10. Dulalia working with Habel. Almost traveled there. Now it's Jason Celis. Losing time. 1 second. Jason, tough shot. No good. Sa kabila. Imperial. Handoff. De La Rosa. Specialty of the house. Short. Rebound Teco. JR. One more feed. That's tapped away. And on the counter, we're back with Jason Celis. Screened by Andre Dulalia. Celis down the middle. There's a foul.
Good screen by Dulalia, freeing up itong si Celis. That's why nahuli itong si Teco. Got a foul from Teco. 2 free throws para naman dito kay Celis.
Let's see if Celis can spark himself up once again in this game. First free throw is good. That's his first point in the second half. They're still down by 16. Celis also coming from that JRU program off of Coach Louis Gonzalez. De La Rosa. They go to Gwyn. Capasio drives. Capasio leans in. Another miss. And that's a foul. An easy call.
I feel like itong Iloilo is relaxing since they have a 16-point lead. A while ago, they were supposed to get that rebound, and they usually get that rebound. But since they have this lead, I feel like they're relaxing. Even you can see in their offense, medyo hindi ganun kaganda yung flow.
Let's see if they can normalize things. We did see a bit of an unhappy face from Coach Japskuan just a while ago. Rebound Capasio. Here come the Royals. De La Rosa. Can they settle down? Execute better? Teco. Oh, double pump. No bounce. The struggle continues. But can Bulacan respond? That's a layup.
Again, if you're Iloilo and you're leading, you still want to continue playing the way you played at the start of this third quarter.
EJ Habel capitalizing on how Iloilo has been performing. He has 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists now. Shot clock winding down. Capascio for 3. That's good.
They badly needed that. Gwen Capascio already with 13 points across his name.
63-46. Jason Celis off on his three-pointer. And here's Clint Rodriguez. Onteco trying to seal. Under a minute remaining. Imperial cross court. Rai De La Rosa. Nice pass. And there's the three-pointer by Rai.
Good vision by Imperial. Three-pointer para dito sa Iloilo.
And the lead is up to 20. This is the biggest lead of Iloilo in this game. And that's not going to be a steal. Recovery for Bulacan. A foul on the drive by Jason Celis.
The last few possessions, Iloilo mas maganda yung pinapakita nila offensively and defensively.
This three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme, one-stop shop appliances. For a while there, Wesley and I thought that Iloilo's offense was going nowhere.
Exactly.
Then again, Imperial had an answer. Capascio also gave us a big answer with that
Actually,
three.
it started with Gwen Capaccio's three-pointer and then nasundan ng three-pointer ni Imperial. But, you know, again, if you're Iloilo and you have this lead, you don't want to look at the lead. You want to look at how you can improve as a team.
You have a challenge for Coach Jap Skuan. We'll take a short break.
The challenge made by Iloilo is successful. There was no foul on JR Onteco.
Successful challenge for Coach Jap Skuan. Apparently it was clean on that contest by JR Onteco. You be the judge, Wesley Gonzalez. Bola.
Yeah.
Ayun. Ayun na nga ang nireklamo ni JR Onteco. Baseline inbound with 30 seconds to go, but Bulacan only has 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. We're back with EJ Habel. Where will he go? Andre Dada against Gwen Capascio. He waved off the screener. Andre, 1 second, layup. No good, but there's a foul. How
Good
about the
drive.
confidence of Andre Dada?
To wave off. And he was really confident that he can take Gwen Capascio one-on-one, and he did.
All right, 2 gimmies for Andre Dada, a 64% free throw shooter. First one is no good. He actually made 2 3-pointers in the first half, one from the right wing and the other from the left wing. That already has surpassed his season average in terms of scoring. Add one more. 9 points in total for Andre. We have AJ Madrigal in the game, replacing Gwen Capascio. The lead is 19. There's Fonso Goladera, already a part of the Iloilo roster, alongside Leo De Vera, who will be making his MPBL return soon. De Vera's coming from that 3x3 scene, while Goladera's from Valenzuela. There's a charge. Now that's a foul by Onteco.
Yeah, kitang-kita kasi yung pagtulak niya dun sa when he made that screen, and you cannot really extend your arm if you're giving that screen.
7 seconds to go before the end of the third. Habel off of the switch. They go to the corner. Carandang will fire. Short. That's going to do it for our first 30 minutes. Iloilo holding on to a nice cushion.
A better third quarter para naman dito sa Iloilo, scoring 21 points against 12 of Bulacan.
You see the quarter scoring later on. Things have been consistent for the Royals. Let's see some highlights. Capascio, that was the badly needed 3 that they wanted, as they had a bit of stoppage in terms of scoring by the latter part of the third. But when Mark Nonay was there, he was causing chaos. RV Berjay had 2 putbacks for them. On the other end, some bright spots for Bulacan, just not enough. Let's see if they can pull off a big-time comeback in the fourth quarter. As the third quarter score is brought to you by GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fans of the game, just like the Avinis, do more and achieve more with a muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki. The Avinis, oras na para magmotor. I know the girl at the right. That's the girlfriend of CJ Cancino, but she's apparently showing off a new hairstyle. Good to have her back here in the MPBL. But now let's go to our courtside reporter, Sidney Crespo.
Prior to this 19-point lead, Coach Japs Kuwan was asking for energy and effort at the half. Although he got it in the first few minutes of the game, he pointed out na bumaba ito come the second group that started flat in the game. That's why in the second half right now, Iloilo was ready to dictate that energy back again because they cannot be complacent against Bulacan. Ngayon makwento ko lang, no, si John Baltazar kanina kung bakit ganun yung reaction niya. Pangalawang beses na palang natamaan yung same left leg niya in this game. Kaya sobrang sakit na raw kanina nung pangalawang beses na. And kanina, it was 9 out of 10 sharp pain. Sabi niya, pipilitin pa rin niya makabalik. At nakabalik naman siya. Migs West?
Mataas yung 9 out of 10, ah. And Charlie Horse times 2, Wesley Gonzalez.
Oh.
I can only feel for John Baltazar as you take a look at our quarter scoring. Consistent. Nasa 20s ang Iloilo, nasa 10s lang ang Bulacan.
Yeah, if you're Iloilo, you want to continue defending against Bulacan, just making them under 20 while you want to continue your scoring above 20.
Let's see if the Cuyas can turn things around in the fourth. We've seen a lot of comebacks already in the MPBL. Ken Osicos just scored. 66-49. De La Rosa up top to Imperial. Screen by AJ Madrigal. That's a steal. John Carandang on the move. Tapped away. Counter steal by AJ. Numbers for Iloilo. Imperial all the way for 2.
A good decision by Imperial. Hindi siya sinalubong ng last line of defense. That's why he made that layup.
3-pointer on the other end. What a game it has been for EJ Habel.
EJ Habel ready to step up for this Bulacan squad.
He's up to 12 points with 2 threes to his name. Doliguez bothered. Good defense by Bulacan. Habel again. Cross court. Ooh, the pass was too high.
I think that was a pass intended for Greg Slaughter.
Na-excite si EJ Habel. Third game pa si Greg
Pero
Slaughter.
third game pa tayo. Makikita natin si Greg Slaughter.
How about this move by Shaq Imperial going to his offhand? No problem for the former MVP of Southwestern University. But this is the guy who has been shining the brightest for Bulacan in this game, EJ Habel. You know, if he could actually step up onto that role of Paulo Hobalde, why not? Itong si EJ Habel.
And yun yung itong Bulacan badly needed, a scorer like Paulo Hobalde.
68-52, Mark Nonoy attacking and missing, but he picked up the foul. Just a freight train.
And look, yung bilis niya, yung lakas ng katawan niya, yung the balance. That, maski ganun siya kabilis, he can still pull off that shot. Ang hirap nun, yung sobrang bilis ng takbo mo, sabay bila kang titira.
By the way, that's one of the things that he continues to learn in the MPBL, managing his speed. if you would talk to Mark Nonoy day in and day out, grabe yung appreciation niya sa liga natin dahil iba yung playing style dito, iba yung physicality, iba yung pace. And that would just contribute in his wisdom overall as a basketball player. As Osicos scores again from the mid-range.
Yeah, Osicos, 7 points para sa kanya dito sa larong ito. Yung spot up na walang piso-pisong jumper.
70-54. Ang maganda doon, wala masyadong effort.
Yes.
Hindi sobrang napapagod ang ating engineer as Katapusan got fouled. Four fouls already on Andre Dada. Jason Celis returns for EJ Habel. Now we have CJ Katapusan at the line. A guy who started making his mark when he played for Iloilo last year. He didn't have as much playing time when he was in college. As you get to see Boss Jay Habelosa at the sideline. I'm not sure if he's looking stressed. That guy's so passionate about the MPBL and his Iloilo program. And that's a steal by Mark Nonoy, who went crashing onto Kenneth Duremdes and Rudy Distrito. Our VIPs are okay. Nonoy recalculates a three-pointer. No good. That could have been one heck of a highlight for him. RV Berjay, 1-2. That's a foul.
Napasori si Mark noon eh. Kom, sorry baka hindi nyo na ako paglaruin. I see the effort of Mark Nonoy just wanting to get that possession.
Ayun, nakuha. Diretso kay Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes. Okay lang naman sila. Nakangiti naman dito sa ating sideline.
I'm sure, Commissioner Kenneth and Idol Rudy Distrito. Sanay na sanay sila sa ganyan.
Etong tanong ko. Kung si Greg Slaughter yun, tatabi ba sila?
Kung si Taganas yun.
Kung si Taganas yun, tatabi ba sila?
Bahala na yung sahig.
72-54. Under 7 minutes to go in this game. There's a drive by Andre Dada, who has been very aggressive, by the way, in this game. It's a big nod to him. He has a chance to reach double figures at the stripe. Franz Diaz called for that foul. Here's Andre Dada, 9 points. First free throw is good. He's in double figures. This could be his best game so far in the season. I'll have to double check that. We do have time. But let's go back to the action first. 6.5 minutes. CJ Cancino. That's an opening for him. Too easy.
Yeah, too easy. Good read, good hesitation. 25 points.
I want to check his efficiency overall. He hasn't missed as many shots. 44%, decent.
Very decent. As Ken Osicos again sinking that sweet jumper.
Osicos is in double figures as well with 11, 50% shooting for the engineer. 74-57. Franz Diaz almost committed a violation there with a double dribble. Mark Nonoy gliding and missing. Karandang, stop and pop, short. Here's Mark Nonoy, watch out. No foul, oh there it is. Yeah, wala na magagawa si Andre Dada doon.
Oh, yeah, that's the only thing you can do is foul him.
That's it for Andre Dada. The unfortunate thing about his game, because he did reach double figures, there's the layup by CJ Cancino and an opening on the left side. At least he reached 10 points. Dada sits down. Habel is back, covering Mark Nonoy with a smile. CJ Cancino. Screen by Capasio. CJ being patient. The fade. No good. Rebound. Put back for Gwyn Capasio.
Gwyn Capasio, you don't have to call a play for him to score. And so far, he has been playing good basketball in the last 3 games at least.
Such a nice role player he is. Si Gwyn Capasio. He will just do everything that's needed by his squad. May leadership ka pang makukuha. Cancino, catch it, fire. That's another 3-pointer. 7 threes for Cancino, 28 points.
I wonder what his career high here in the MPBL.
Let's ask that to our statistician. Yung birthday boy natin, si Jepoy. But now, let's celebrate that highlight. Great sportsmanship, by the way, from EJ Habel. We head on to a timeout, 79-57. Next 3 games of Iloilo. Pahirap ng pahirap. Marikina on July 5, Zamboanga on July 12, and Nueva Ecija on July 18.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that schedule for Iloilo, Marikina is a tough team also. But when you go up against Zamboanga and then Nueva Ecija, those are really tough teams to beat. But as we have discussed a while ago, it's just brighter days for this squad because you can see the potential.
Well, let's see if they can carry on their momentum to their next outings, especially their 3-point shooting, which has been very friendly for Iloilo in this game. CJ Cancino with a slamma-jamma. 30 points for CJ Cancino. That's his career high.
Yes, thank you, Direk.
And the steal, Mark Nonoy. What a save that was onto Franz Diaz. With 4.5 minutes to go. How many more can CJ score? Alan Santos, given space, they want to go to CJ. He's guarded tightly. Mark Nonoy, given space, a 3-pointer. Short. Rebound to Santos. CJ, all day, short. How about the bigs of Iloilo working hard for those rebounds?
And, I appreciate the teammates just looking for CJ, wanting to add to this career high.
81-57. Cancino has doubled his season average of 15.7 points per game. Celis will score. We're back with Franz Diaz. Gwyn Capasio to the corner. Mark Nonoy. Drive, reverse. That was hard. What were you observing just a while ago? But first, let's take a look at this fast break of the game brought to you by New Star. Win to the max. A 2-handed jam by CJ Cancino. And that is to give us that exclamation point on his career day.
Grabe, yung hindi lang yung shooting, also the leaping ability of CJ Cancino as he was replaced by Madrigal.
Oh, that's what you were pointing to.
You see the owner, JJ Avelona, here, he went down from the stands. Is very, very happy with what he's seeing so far.
All right, so that's it for CJ Cancino. We have a timeout, 83-59. we have our fan of the game brought to you by Jinky Skin. There you have her at the sideline. Looking so flawless. Actually, may kasamang ngiti yan. Pero, ayan na, napangiti na ng konti. Well, it has been a nice stretch lately for Iloilo. That's why people have been focused, especially on CJ Cancino. Unfortunately, he's done for the game with 30 points on his career day. Rebound Alan Santos off of a miss by Bulacan. Franz Diaz bringing down that ball with 3 minutes to go. Win Capasio. On to Madrigal at the corner. That's a 3. How about Alan Santos sharing some jokes with AJ Madrigal?
Oh, parang meron silang inside joke, inside celebration, and they're really, just enjoying this ball game.
I did tell you, there's the two guys who bring in the energy. Basically, silang pinaka nakakatawa sa team ng Iloilo.
Energy and the fun. That's very important to have in a team kasi parang sa rami ng pinaghihirapan nyo, you want to keep it light as well.
Yeah.
And you have having these two as your guys who can make you laugh.
I think
it's a big relief.
I think Iloilo now wants JV Kapunan, young JV, to score. He's a celebrity player, by the way, here in the MPBL, as Ralph Manzo scores inside. Well, it's good to see the effort from the Kuyas.
Yes.
We did argue that it's going to be tough for them moving forward without Paulo Hubalde. It was basically their system before. Sa kanya umiikot ang opensa. But it has given way for other people to shine. These last 2 minutes are brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the efficient online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Win Capasio, Franz Diaz, young JV, the pull-up, in and out, rebound Gwyn. Nice fake, no foul, one more, Capasio will score. Rebounding in this game, 57-37.
They're just really, wanting the ball, finishing the defense, and that's what Iloilo did. Right from the start.
By the way, of those 57 rebounds, 19 came from the offensive end. That's a third of the total boards of Iloilo.
Laki yun.
This is what I usually look at. 19 offensive rebounds for Iloilo. How many defensive rebounds for Bulacan? They've had 28.
And look at the 19 offensive rebounds of Iloilo and look at the 3-point made of Iloilo.
Okay. Foul is called. Iloilo has made 13 threes. Out of 33 tries, by the way. A good 39%.
Versus the 3-pointers of Bulacan.
5 out of 27. Malayo talaga. And again, supposedly, Iloilo's dead last in 3-point percentage. Free throw conversion. 8 points in this game for, was that Manzo who shot the free throw?
Yes.
Ralph Manzo. By the way, hold on to that last name, because we have a surprise for everybody in our second match, Abra versus Batangas City. Oh, sayang yun para kay young JV. That could have been his first bucket of the day. You can really see the Iloilo bench wanting him to score. Hindi ko alam kung ano ba yung feeling kapag ikaw yung player na gusto ng teammates mo makascore ka. May kasama bang hiya rin yun?
May kasamang hiya, may kasamang gigil, may kasamang pressure.
Pinaghalo
Kasi
mo na lahat.
dahil parang they want you to score and they're expecting you to score. So, the pressure on you is kailangan kong score.
Yeah.
But in basketball, it has to be really just flowing.
Yes. Well, this came from the flow of Bulacan. This play of the game brought to you by Suzuki. Ralph Manzo coming alive late in this game. Well, you might as well build some personal momentum for yourself as Bulacan moves on to face Abra, Imus, and Rizal in their next 3 outings. that is quite tough as well. Abra has rebuilt. They've had a lot of great acquisitions in the window. CJ Katapusan just made a three-pointer. That's three-pointer number 14 for Iloilo. Let's see that execution. Right in the flow.
Yeah.
Well, we've been seeing that, and correct me if I'm wrong, the 1-3-1 from Bulacan all game long. Have you noticed it?
Yes,
in
I've
zone
noticed
defense?
that. I've noticed that they've been zoning a lot in this ball game.
And isn't it that the weakness of the 1-3-1 are the corners?
Yes, because yung sweeper mo doon sa pinakailalim, yung pinakamahirap yung trabaho.
Yeah. From one corner to another,
Yes.
ang hahabulin mo. Celis scores inside. 92-67. What would you say, though, is the most challenging zone defense to try to counter? Or depende ba sa pyesa yan?
Depende sa pyesa, depende kung sino yung tao nasa loob. Usually you play those zones according kung sino yung nasa loob.
Ikaw ba may paborito kang zone na tapatin? O tapatan?
As an offensive guy, of course, I want to see a 2-3 zone.
2-3
It's
zone,
easier.
the most common.
Yeah. Easy to shoot a shot from the outside.
We congratulate the Iloilo United Royals for getting back to the winning column with this big-time victory versus the Bulacan Cuyas. They win by 25 points. Halftime pa lang, may best player na si Wesley Gonzalez. Our player of the game brought to you by Manny Pacquiao's MPBL. CJ Cancino on his career day scored 30, had a jam, grabbed 9 rebounds in only 24 minutes of play.
Very efficient yung pinakita ni CJ Cancino. And you know, the scores that he was able to make, parang hindi siya hirap eh. You know, it's very flowing, hindi talagang pigang-piga.
His final score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. CJ Cancino is now with Sydney Crespo.
Yes, Migs, kasama ko nga ang ating best player na CJ Cancino who just doubled his season average of 15 points today. CJ, it's been a while since we last saw you here as the best player. Yung last one was May 9 pa, but today 7 out of 15 from the 3-point line and a career high of 30 points. CJ, what's the motivation behind this performance today?
Siguro yung naging motivation kasi nung last player of the game ko, talo kami. So, naghanap ako ng ways kung paano ko ma-share yung bola sa mga teammates ko. And now, mas naging aggressive lang ako in terms of scoring kasi pansin ko medyo mababa yung scoring namin. So, yun kasi yung role ko nung yung college and dinala ko lang siya for the pro.
Now, CJ, let's talk about the game a little bit. No? Sinubukan dumikit ng Bulacan Cuyas in the first half, which was a concern for Coach Japs Kuwan. But enter the second half, tinrabaho nyo agad ito. Paano nyo ba ginawa yun?
Nagtiwala lang kami sa sistema ni Coach Jobs kasi syempre 2 games pa lang kami with Coach Jobs, so nag-a-adjust pa kami and masaya ako kasi mabilis kami nakapag-adjust and nanalo kami.
Very nice to see that. CJ, may mga babatiin ka ba?
Binabati ko po pala yung sponsor namin kay Boss JJ Abelosa, kay Ma'am Susie Abelosa, kay Boss J, LGU partner Kalibo Mayor Jury Sucro, yung sponsor namin GameX Sports, Victoria Sports Tower, Jerry's Grill, at Henan Regency Boracay. Papasalamat ako sa lahat ng supporter namin sa Iloilo at sa iba pang parte ng Pilipinas. Yun lang. Thank you.
Thank you so much once again. Congratulations on your career high. CJ Cancino is our Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Best Player of the Game. Back to you guys.
How about that? The passion of CJ Cancino would be burning red once again after this beautiful career day for him. 30 points, best player, and the victory for Iloilo. Up next, we have a nice game for you guys. The Abra Weavers will be debuting a couple of new players. Same goes for Batangas City later on. We'll break them down for you guys. But thank you for joining us in our first game for Sydney Crespo and Wesley Gonzalez. My name is Mix Gomez at magbabalik ko po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.